Hello everybody, today I'll be showing you a card trick. This is my first video on YouTube and my first video on this channel. Hope you guys like this card trick I'm about to show you. If you do come across this video, please like this video and also share it with a friend. This is a card trick that I actually came up with a couple of months ago, and I do love this card trick. I use it all the time. Hopefully you guys will use it as well. For this card trick, I'll be showing you a performance first, and then I'll be teaching you how it's done. I'll be doing a tutorial. So let's get on with the performance, and then we'll be doing the tutorial for this trick. Alright, here is the performance for the trick. Alright, we got 4 cards over here, and these 4 cards happen to be the queens, the 4 queens. Now, you're going to go up to a spectator, and the spectator, there's no force, can pick any queen they want at any costs. It's not a force. They can pick any one they want. Any queen, it's their choice. Say they pick the Queen of Hearts. Alright, perfect. Great choice, sir. Now you could have, let's agree here, you could have picked any queen out of those 4 queens, and you picked the heart. Now I would like you to hold out your hand like a table. Perfect, sir. Yep. And I'm going to place this under your hand, and we're going to use the card box as their hand. Now in real life, the spectator will have those 4 queens underneath their hand. And the card that they picked was the Queen of Hearts. Okay. So I'm going to lose that card somewhere in the center of the deck, just like this. Just cut it into the middle. Alright, that's lost somewhere in the deck. Perfect. Now, the spectator can name any card they like. Say they pick the 6 of clubs. Alright, the 6 of clubs. Are you satisfied with that? And they can 100% change their mind for this card. It does not matter. So I would like you to lay out your other hand, or it can be a different spectator. Please lay out your hand. Yep, perfect there. Right there. I'm going to place that, the 6 of clubs right in your hand, just like this. Now, you've probably seen magicians shuffle cards like this, right? And you've also probably seen magicians do this. You've probably seen them do a card spring. Every classic magician does it. But what I'm going to do is mix up the cards a little more differently. I'm actually going to be mixing up the cards face up into face down. So I'm going to be mixing up them like this. Watch as I manipulate the cards, shuffling them face up into face down, just like this. Now you must agree, there are face up cards, there are face down cards, there are even cards that are face to face or face to back, just like this. Now this deck is screwed up in every manner, but if we snap our fingers, the whole entire deck actually fixes itself, and nothing is unusual with this deck. Every single card has fixed itself, just like that. But that is not only the crazy part about this trick. The crazy part, if I snap my fingers and snap my fingers again, twice, the card that they randomly selected, the 6 of clubs, has actually changed to the randomly thought of queen, the Queen of Hearts. But if the 4 queens are under there, right, then that wouldn't really be a trick. The trick is, when I snap my fingers, there should be 3 queens, right? But there's 4 cards now. And these 4 cards happen to be the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4 aces. And that right there is the trick. Hope you guys liked it. Again, stick around for the tutorial. I'll be doing it right now. Alright guys, here is the tutorial for the trick. Now this trick involves a setup, obviously. So the setup I'm going to go through very quickly, and this is the setup for the card trick. You're going to need 8 cards as a setup. Now the 4 aces are going to be on top of the deck first. Now that's the setup, the 4 aces. Now these aces can be in any order you want them to be in. Any order does not matter, they can be shuffled. Else can be on top of the deck, the 4 aces on top of the deck first, followed by the 4 queens. Now you're going to begin with the trick and blow some minds. This is how you're going to do it. You're going to introduce the 4 queens to the spectator. And you're going to show them the 4 queens, just like this. Okay, you're going to show the spectator the 4 queens, just like that. Show them the 4 queens. And they can pick any queen they want in the deck. Does not matter what queen they pick. It doesn't really matter. They can pick any one they want. So let's go with the performance. Say they pick the Queen of Hearts. Now it's 100% free choice. They can change their mind. Say they pick the Queen of Hearts. Let's take the Queen of Hearts here, and then you're going to set these down like this. Now you're going to be switching these 3 queens with these 4 aces. Now you probably saw how I did it in the performance. This is very an easy switch, and it's supposed to be done with misdirection and the spectator not even looking at your hands, but it's hard to like literally misdirect a camera that's literally looking at my hands 24/7. So the 4 aces are on top. The 4 aces are on top. Okay. You're gonna spread through 4 cards, just like this. Spread through the top 4 cards and catch a break, like this. Catch a break under the 4 cards, which are the 4 aces. Okay, so catch a break under the 4 aces. Once you've done that, just take these 3 cards, and you misdirect the spectator. Hey, that's the queen you could have randomly selected. And while you tilt your body, you're gonna do the switch. That's the switch right there. So that's what you're doing. How you're doing this is it looks something like this. That's the switch right there. So how you're going to do this is take the 3 queens, and how you're going to do this is actually hold this queen packet in middle grip with your middle finger and your thumb. So the middle finger on front and the thumb on the back, and your first finger is just lightly pressing on this packet, just like this. So then after that, what you're going to be doing is simply just contacting this packet here that you have a break under, the 4 aces packet. You're going to be contacting it like this. Now that might seem like hard to explain, but how you can be contacting it is actually you're going to be contacting it with your ring finger. So your ring finger is going to be contacting it on the front, and then your thumb is going to be contacting it on the back. Once you've done this, you're going to be tilting your body like this. But for tutorial purposes, I'm going to be tilting my body like this. Once you've done that, so once you got into this position, you're going to be using your thumb that's holding the deck, the one that's holding the deck, and slide the top packet like that. And there you go, that's it. Now you've switched it for the aces. Now you tell the spectator, hey, hold out your hand and place this underneath their hand. We'll use the card box like we did in the performance for their hand. Step 1. Okay? Step 2 of the trick, we're going to go through the cards and they name any card they want. Say they pick the 6 clubs like we did in the performance. So we're going to go through the cards and they're going to pick any card, think of any card, say the 6 clubs. Now before that, obviously I forgot, before they pick a card, you're going to be losing the Queen of Hearts in the deck. Now when you lose the Queen of Hearts in the deck, you have to bring it back to the top, so control the card. So the control I used in the performance was just a simple bunch of cuts, false cuts like this. Now you can use a double undercut, and what a double undercut is, there's many tutorials for it. You can take it, cut the cards, catch a break, and then take half of the cards from the break and the other half, bringing that card to the top. Just bring the card to the top any way you want. Once you've done that, you obviously tell them to name any card in the deck. Let's say it was a 6 of clubs, so let's get all the 6 of clubs. Where are you, 6 of clubs? Where are you? Here. And you're going to be doing a top change to switch the 6 of clubs with the Queen of Hearts. How you do this? Okay, you're going to be like, okay, this is the randomly selected card you picked. Please hold out your hand, and you're going to be switching the 6 of clubs with the Queen of Hearts. Okay, so how you do this is you're actually going to be sliding this card with your thumb, taking the 6 of clubs card with your 4 fingers on the back and thumb on the front, and sliding the card underneath the thumb, and then just using your thumb to slide it on top of the deck, switching the card. You place that in their same hand, or you place it in a different hand of another spectator or the same spectator. Then what you do is you're almost done the trick. Alright. Now you can end your trick here. I just made this trick with a triumph effect, which is just mixing the cards face up to face down, and then just snapping your fingers and all the cards rearrange themselves to just having all the cards in one direction. You can end the trick here, but if you want to have the triumph effect like I did in the trick, you can do the triumph effect. Now maybe I'll be explaining it very briefly again, very quickly. The triumph effect, it's very easy. So all you're going to be doing for the triumph effect is you're going to be spreading through a few cards like this, okay, and flipping your wrist over. You're going to be spreading through another few cards, flipping a wrist over, and keep on doing this maneuver until you run out of cards. So spread through a few cards, flip your wrist over, spread through a few cards, flip your wrist over, until you're pretty much can't spread anymore and you have no more cards to spread through. And obviously, if you know what triumph effect is, the situation would be like this. half face up and half face down. Now, alright, so you're going to be cutting very thin, okay, very thin, like probably very thin like this, and showing face up cards. Then you're going to be showing very deep and showing face down cards. Then you're going to be cutting to the break where you separate the face up cards and the face down cards. And you just break from there. You take the pile with the face up cards, you slap that on the table, and you just rotate this pile and slap that on top of the other pile. And now you've fixed the deck, and that is the Triumph effect right there. And after that, that pretty much is misdirection. This trick here is misdirection and suspense to build up what's going to happen over here. So once you've fixed the deck, just leave the cards like this, spread out. Snap your fingers here, and show the spectator that the 6 of clubs they randomly selected has actually changed to the randomly selected queen they picked, the Queen of Hearts, okay? And afterwards, you can snap your fingers again and show that these 4 cards have actually changed to the 4 aces. And they'll be mind blown. Pretty much mind blown. They want to be expecting everything. That's what spectators do these days. Expecting everything. And everything is examinable at this point. Alright? So that is the trick right there. It's a very amazing trick. Hope you guys like the trick. That's how it's done right there. Hopefully that wasn't too difficult to understand. This trick is not very difficult. There's only a Triumph effect and a top change switch, and that other switch I showed you that looks like a swing cut. And this trick is not hard at all. I would classify it as an intermediate trick. So practice this trick. Practice a lot. Obviously, practice your craft a lot to get good. Practice a lot to improve. All right. This is just something I wanted to share with you. Hope you guys liked it. I really enjoyed making this video and editing this video. So if you did like it, please like this, share it with a friend, and also comment something below if you have any nice thoughts or anything maybe different I should have done with this trick that maybe I didn't put in the trick. This is my first video on YouTube, by the way. I'll be making more in the future, obviously. And thank you, and have a great day.